Hello, I'm Emma Hammett from First Aid for Pets. Today I'm going to talk about seizures, fits or convulsions and how to help your dog if they are experiencing one. So a seizure is the medical term for a convulsion or a fit. So they're all basically roughly the same thing. And it can be very, very frightening if your dog suddenly starts having a seizure. 1 in 130 dogs are sort of diagnosed as epileptic, and that's about 0.7% of all dogs. And there are substantially more dogs out there that will have had a seizure for some reason or another. Now, seizures are a symptom of epilepsy, but also seizures can be caused by anything else that disrupts the blood supply or the oxygen, the amount of oxygen that your dog has in their brain. So, for example, various toxins or poisons that they might take may well cause them to have a seizure. That's unfortunately remarkably common. So all sorts of poisoning, all those things that they might pick up and eat, things like slug pellets, licking stuff in the road, antifreeze, and that sort of thing, and various foodstuffs can lead them to have a seizure. If they have a hard bang on the head, that can cause a seizure. If they have a tumour, that can cause a seizure. If they have a particularly raised temperature, so if they are having heat exhaustion or even heat stroke, that again can cause them to have seizures. And that is all separate from epilepsy. So they're not given a diagnosis of epilepsy unless they've had 2 unprovoked seizures more than 24 hours apart. And that's when a GP might be considering that and then looking at giving them some sort of anti-epileptic medication in order to control their seizures. If you have a dog that is having a seizure, stay as calm as you can. They will sense if you're getting agitated and worried about it as well. Protect them. So protect them from anything around that could be hurting them or they could bash against when they're having a seizure. Keep the lighting low if you can, and keep any external stimulus very low. So don't talk to them or stroke them, which you might be tempted to do, because research has shown that can actually prolong a seizure. Look at the time and check to see what time the seizure started, because whilst they're having a seizure, they won't have as much blood supply to their brain. So if that seizure is lasting quite a long time, or sort of longer than about 5 minutes, you really do need to consider getting them to the vet quickly. Keep clear of their mouth, because they will bite tight together when they're having their seizure, and make sure your fingers and anybody else's fingers are very well clear of that. And call the vet and get their advice as well. It's best not to transport them to the vet until their seizure has stopped. However, if they're having a long, prolonged seizure for more than 5 minutes, or if they're having repeated seizures, then speed is of the essence, and get them to the vet as quickly as you possibly can. I hope that's helpful. That's Emma Hammett from First Aid for Pets.